They're very, very young men. People come into the NFL with different levels of maturity. These are young guys, and not all of them speak the same way. And some of them, I think, just have different personalities too. I don't think Shedeur meant any harm. Shedeur is a dynamic player. He's got a lot of personality. He has done a lot of things right here.
Mary Kay Cabot just blew up. And the explosion? Yeah, it landed right on Dillon Gabriel. After that brutal Vikings loss, the poor dude's become the walking symbol of wrong place, wrong time. And now, out of nowhere, Shedeur Sanders' name is flying through every headline like a plot twist nobody had on their bingo card. What did Dillon do to deserve this heat? Or maybe the real question is, what did Shedeur do right? This story's turning into a full-blown movie, and the drama's about to get wild. It was supposed to be just another typical Sunday. Same heartbreak, same drizzle, same Vikings disaster reel. But this time, there were fireworks. Because right after that fourth quarter collapse, when everyone thought it couldn't get any worse, Mary Kay Cabot decided she was done being polite. And she didn't just vent, she erupted. We're talking full meltdown, no filter, every word dripping with fury. Even the reporters' mics looked scared to record her. The Vikings' locker room went dead silent, like everyone knew this was about to turn legendary. Mary Kay wasn't giving post-game analysis. She was preaching a whole new football gospel. Her first commandment?
It doesn't go well. And I'm not going to say that it's going to go that way for Dillon, even though I have my reservations. But isn't that a lot to put on a third-round pick that's a rookie, hoping that you maybe found your franchise quarterback on a guy that a lot of people were scratching their heads that you made that pick to begin with?
It depends on the player. It all depends on the player. And I do think there is something to be said for a player who has started so...
Thou shalt not let Dillon Gabriel touch a football again. It wasn't critique anymore. It was a public execution. The man missed a few passes, maybe one open read, sure. But according to Mary Kay, you'd think Dillon personally crashed the economy and popped every game ball in the NFL. She's pacing back and forth, hands slicing through the air, eyes wide, analyzing every second of his mistakes like she's decoding a UFO video. Where's the leadership? Where's the fire? Where's the damn spark? She practically shouted. But she wasn't asking, she was declaring. Every word hit like a punch. Every sentence felt like a headline. And just like that, Dillon Gabriel went from rookie with potential to public enemy number one. Because apparently, that missing spark packed its bags and moved straight to Colorado, right into Shedeur Sanders' locker. The second that final whistle blew, Shedeur's name lit up like breaking news, trending before the loss even registered on the scoreboard. Vikings Twitter didn't care about missed tackles or busted coverages. Nah, all they could talk about was Shedeur, the quarterback of destiny.
Learning curve, and this is the first time in his life and his career that he's had to be a backup, and it's difficult. He's trying to be patient, he's trying to do the right things, but it cannot be easy for him to believe that he can go out there and start football games and have to be the third string quarterback.
The guy with the cape, the swagger, and the storyline every franchise dreams of. They're already picturing him swooping in to save Minnesota from another season of heartbreak and memes. And Mary Kay? She's at the front of that parade like she's the grand marshal of the Save the Vikings movement. Meanwhile, poor Dillon Gabriel still sitting on the bench, helmet half on, trying to figure out how he just became the villain in someone else's redemption movie. Just a week ago, he was the future, promising, developing, full of potential. Now, he's being treated like yesterday's headline. Replaceable, disposable, maybe even one Uber ride away from packing his locker for good. NFL fans forget faster than your phone battery drains, but Mary Kay's meltdown turned into content gold. You could feel the shift in the air. Interviews weren't about what went wrong.
Get great news from former NFL players. And also, the NFL chose to advertise Shedeur Sanders over there in London. But he ain't good enough to play. for the Cleveland Browns, but you chose to advertise him in London? Oh, we finna talk.
They were about what's next, who's next, and every whisper seemed to rhyme with Shedeur. The crazy part? The Vikings didn't even play that bad. But logic and football fans, that's oil and water. You lose one game, and suddenly everybody's playing GM, scouting replacements like it's a reality show. Quarterback swap, NFL edition. And leading that madness? Mary Kay, clipboard in hand, eyes blazing, giving unhinged visionary energy. But here's the best part. She's not just ripping Dillon's stats apart, she's diagnosing the vibes. She's talking like she's running a spiritual audit on his aura. She's talking about leadership, presence, sideline energy, command of the offense, all those buzzwords that sound deep but really just mean he didn't look cool while losing. And that's when the comparison train starts flying at full speed, because here it comes, the Shedeur Sanders effect.
He's back in the headlines, man, and it's for all of the wrong reasons. He's looking real spooky. A lot of people really want to see Shedeur Sanders in there at quarterback. Will we see him? As of right now, I just don't know. I can't yay or nay us saying Shedeur. One thing I can tell you is that whenever Shedeur get his chance to go, he's going to be ready. I can almost guarantee you that. Now, Dillon Gabriel had his bowed out. A lot of them flats, check down passes, that ain't going to cut it, man.
What about Shedeur Sanders? She throws out, not even needing to say his name too loud, because everyone already knows who she means. Nobody dares interrupt that moment. Shedeur's the one lighting up college football like a 4th of July finale. Every pass, every play, every look, pure highlight material, and his social media, it's outpacing half the NFL's stat lines combined. Suddenly, this whole thing isn't about footwork or reads anymore. It's about aura. And apparently Dillon's aura ranks somewhere between intern on lunch break and guy who forgot the Wi-Fi password. The fan base, completely divided. Half of them are riding the Shedeur train at full speed, already imagining his name on jerseys, throwing virtual confetti and tagging him in Photoshop mock-ups of Vikings uniforms. The other half are still holding the line, saying Dillon just needs time, that it's the system, not the man. But patience in the NFL, that's a myth. The game was close at too close, in which somehow makes it sting even more.
Half hours. Well, he was composed. Great. You know how he conducted himself? He conducted himself how a career backup should conduct himself, where you just hope that you're able to hold down the fort until the regular starter comes back. The problem is, we don't have a regular starter that comes back. Well, we do, but nobody wants to see him. So nobody wants that to happen. So here we have to hope that Dillon Gabriel, a guy who is certainly limited, a guy who's smart enough to probably be a coach in the NFL someday, has to go out there and conduct an offense. And we just little bit. And we have to hope that Quinshon Judkins is able to carry us into the end zone, and we don't have a holding call on.
It's like losing a spelling bee on the last word, then realizing the judge's therapist is your ex. The defense made plays, the offense had rhythm, until it just vanished. And the second it did, every dropped pass, every mistimed throw turned into Exhibit A for why Shedeur needs to come save the day. So there she is, Mary Kay Cabot, turning a post-game breakdown into a full-on TED Talk. Clipboard in one hand, fire in her eyes, making everyone in the room question if they just watched football or the trailer for a quarterback revolution. Here's the wild part. Mary Kay's not totally wrong about Shedeur's talent. The guy's a walking highlight reel. Electric, calm under pressure, athletic, confident. He's got that superstar DNA that every modern quarterback wishes they had. But let's keep it real. This is the NFL. Not some fan fiction crossover event where you just trade quarterbacks like switching Wi-Fi networks. Still, logic doesn't go viral. Hot takes do. And Mary Kay's take, it's scorching. Before you know it, the conversation's rolling downhill like an avalanche. Sports talk shows pick it up, debate panels run it into overtime, and then someone on national TV actually says, Shedeur Sanders to Minnesota, with a completely straight face.
Touchdown, and the Browns win the Super Bowl. Browns win the Super Bowl. Brown wins the Super Bowl. But in reality, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to break down this game with receipts, everything, no hate, nothing at all. We're going to be very fair. Salute to Shedeur Sanders. We've been proven correct again and again. At this point, I'm not a prophet anymore. I'm just a guy that can see past the neptitude.
Boom. That's it. The internet grabs it, twists it, memes it, and suddenly it's the hottest headline in football. Nobody even remembers this all started because of one third down incompletion. It's not analysis anymore. It's football gossip gold. And like wildfire, it spreads everywhere. Meanwhile, Dillon Gabriel's doing his best to stay composed, answering questions with forced smiles and tight shoulders. But you can see it. It stings bad. Overnight, he's gone from promising rookie to temporary seat warmer until Shedeur shows up. Every question from reporters feels like a landmine waiting to explode. How do you feel about the comparisons? Translation: how do you feel about being replaced before you even finished unpacking? And through it all, Mary Kay's energy doesn't fade. It amplifies. She's on a mission now, dissecting every frame of film, every bit of body language, maybe even the pre-game playlist if it proves her point.
Can he do it? I don't believe he can. Man, it just is what it is. Now, Kevin Stefanski, like I stated, speaking to the media, right?
But for, a young player in that environment versus that defense to take care of the ball, make the plays he made, I thought was a lot of positives with plenty to clean up. And that's what he will do. And that's the mentality he has, is certainly to be a player that, continues to get better week in and week out.
You half expect her next headline to analyze handshakes. It's like watching someone become a viral meme in real time. Every clip, every look, every reaction gets flipped into evidence for her case. Dillon can't even smile on the sideline without it being labeled leadership confusion. Meanwhile, Shedeur's aura keeps growing, his legend expanding. And Minnesota, they're already daydreaming about what could be. By Wednesday, the internet's already gone wild. There's a full-on fan mock-up of Shedeur Sanders in purple and gold floating around because nothing screams hope like a good old Photoshop fantasy. And once that image drops, forget it. The wildfire spreads. Analysts are instantly divided.
Turnovers, that sounds solid, but if you really watch the game, then you know the truth. But let me give you a little bit of snippets. Basically, the scoreboard today, ladies and gentlemen, was 21-17, and I woke up early to watch this game. A lot of you guys did it, and it's understandable. They're playing these games in London, which I'm cool with. The NFL is trying to expand their brand, much like the NBA, to turn it to an international game. I've been dreaming of that, so I got no issues with that. Now, I just showed you Dillon's touchdown, but this was Dillon in warm-up getting ready for the game. Like I'm a human being, bro. When I seen this warm-up, I kind of wanted Dillon to win and do good.
Some are calling the move visionary, saying it's time for the Vikings to finally shake things up, inject some youth, excitement, swagger, that new era energy. But the skeptics? Oh, they're rolling their eyes so hard you can practically hear them spinning through the screen. Another college superstar people think can fix a franchise overnight, they groan. And they're not wrong. The NFL has seen this movie before, and it usually ends with a rookie running for his life behind an offensive line that collapses faster than a folding chair. But that's the thing. This is rebound energy at its peak. You lose a game, you panic. By Thursday, fans are in comment sections writing full-blown dissertations about how Shedeur would perfectly fit the Vikings scheme.
Contain himself that just wants to interrupt. And look, y'all got mad at me for saying it yesterday. Even people in Cleveland are saying it. He did okay. He managed the game. He got them just enough. The minute that he took a chance at the end of the game, he threw a pick. Got a second chance, and then he went short. Every pass he threw wasn't even over 5.5 yards. That's safe. That's okay. That's taking no chances and relying on everybody else to do their job.
Like they're auditioning for a front office job. By Friday morning, someone's already dropped a viral TikTok comparing Dillon Gabriel's passer rating to Shedeur's college stats, totally ignoring the fact that they're playing in two different worlds. And come Saturday, talk radio's on fire. Every host's got a theory, every caller's got a take, and by Sunday, Dillon's trending again, but not for his play. Nope, it's because someone made a before and after meme, turning him into the poster boy for quarterback heartbreak. And just like that, the cycle resets. Outrage, fantasy, debate, denial, repeat. The NFL might as well trademark it. Meanwhile, Dillon's just trying to learn a new playbook while half the internet is photoshopping him out of Minnesota completely. And Mary Kay, oh, she's not backing off. She's doubling down. every new headline, every clip, every stat. She's right there, ready to pour more gas on the fire. She's got that "I told you so" energy locked and loaded before anyone even dares to disagree. Yeah, the loss stung. But for Mary Kay, the idea of Shedeur Sanders has become her new obsession, her rebound hope, her gospel of gridiron redemption. And honestly, that's what makes it hilarious. While others are demanding a full coaching overhaul, she's out here defending her quarterback crush like it's a divine mission straight from the football gods themselves. She's not reporting, she's preaching. By the next week, this thing's no longer even about the Vikings. It's turned into something bigger, the legend of Shedeur Sanders. The man hasn't even taken a single snap in the NFL, but people are treating him like a superhero sent to rescue an entire franchise.
Of the Cleveland Browns getting good news from former NFL players. Well, the Cleveland Browns chose to go with Dillon Gabriel this weekend against the Minnesota Vikings in London. Dillon Gabriel did a decent job, but the team still lost. So by choosing Dillon Gabriel to start this game, that lets me know that Shedeur Sanders will be starting soon.
He's not just a quarterback anymore. He's a myth, a movement, a walking redemption arc in cleats. The hype is so real you can practically feel it buzzing through the internet. And that's the beauty of the rebound effect. When your team breaks your heart, you don't heal, you hype. You don't process, you project. You find the next big name and crown him king before he's even shown up. Mary Kay Cabot just gave that cycle its funniest, wildest, and most chaotic chapter yet, because deep down, every fan in Minnesota knows the truth. The heat will fade, the noise will die down, and Dillon will get another shot. The crowd will cool off, the tweets will quiet, and everyone will realize this wasn't an evaluation. It was therapy in disguise. Mary Kay wasn't breaking down a game. She was breaking down feelings. This was heartbreak management with a microphone. But until that realization hits, the internet's lit up like a stadium after a Hail Mary. The takes are flying faster than passes, and Shedeur Sanders is living rent-free in the Vikings' collective imagination. Mary Kay may have lost her cool, but let's be honest. She only said out loud what half the fan base was already thinking, and that's what makes her dangerous and real. Because in the NFL, where every week plays like a soap opera in shoulder pads, Mary Kay Cabot might just be the realest one in the room. It's all about that eternal football truth. When a loss hits hard enough, reality never stands a chance against the rebound fantasy. That's the heartbeat of the NFL, living right in the middle of the chaos. Within an hour, fan pages are already designing mock draft graphics, and debate shows are treating Shedeur Sanders like he's being knighted into quarterback royalty. They're arguing about whether he should accept the challenge, as if Minnesota's throne is just waiting for him to take it. Meanwhile, poor Dillon Gabriel can't even grab a cup of coffee without someone whispering about the writing on the wall.
Analysts, they're gonna tell you Dillon Gabriel did a great job. He handled the team well, and those of us that watched the game, we're not gonna knock his back in, but we are gonna tell the truth. Dillon Gabriel did exactly what he was told to do. Now, whether or not you think that was good or not, that's left to see. But what we can tell you is that the stats don't lie. They don't have opinions. They either are or they aren't. Dillon Gabriel was 19 for 33.
You can almost see the frustration behind his smile. Like he's thinking, I lost one game, not my career? But that's not how it works anymore. In the NFL's rebound culture, one bad Sunday can turn into a full-blown quarterback revolution overnight. The fans don't rebuild, they rebrand. Mary Kay's rant didn't just criticize Dillon, it baptized the fan base in chaos. She flipped frustration into frenzy, and now the internet's treating Shedeur like the second coming of primetime glory. And Shedeur, he's probably somewhere relaxing, watching the madness unfold, sipping his water like a man who accidentally started a movement. He doesn't even need to speak. His silence is louder than any statement. Every time he posts a highlight, fans treat it like a coded message to Minnesota. Every throw becomes a prophecy. Every grin feels like confirmation that destiny's calling. One loss, one rant, and suddenly the entire league's orbiting around a storyline born from frustration that morphed into football folklore. Only in the NFL could heartbreak turn into headline gold this fast. By midweek, the madness is fully bloomed. Sports shows looping Shedeur Sanders' college highlights side by side with Dillon Gabriel's slow-motion missed throws like they're editing a breakup montage with dramatic music and shattered dreams. At this point, you'd think the whole situation was ripped straight out of a sports soap opera titled, "He Lost the Game, She Found the Future." Every time Shedeur Sanders drops a perfect spiral on the field, the captions might as well read, "Meanwhile, in the universe where Minnesota made the right choice, it's cinematic. The internet's turned into a movie trailer, and Shedeur's the star everyone's waiting for." Mary Kay Cabot's rant has officially become football scripture. Her clips are everywhere, edited into TikToks with dramatic slow-motion music, flashing headlines, and captions like, "Cabot was right," or "The Vikings need Shedeur now." Meanwhile, the Dillon era talk on sports radio has turned into a full-blown meltdown. Hosts are yelling, callers are crying, and somewhere in Minnesota, coffee cups are flying. And through it all, Dillon Gabriel, bless his soul, is still trying to stay professional. He's saying all the right things in press conferences, staying focused, working harder, tuning out the noise. But how do you block out an entire internet rooting for your replacement? The man could throw a 70-yard touchdown tomorrow and someone would still tweet, "Shedeur would have made it look cleaner." It's brutal. He's not just fighting defenses anymore, he's fighting perception.
To go with Dillon Gabriel at perhaps one of the worst matchups on the schedule. I'm sitting here watching the news and a lot of people are talking about, oh, it's Kevin Stefanski, he trusts Dillon Gabriel. If he was smart and he didn't want to ruin this rookie's chance of being any credible starter in the league whatsoever, going up against a Brian Flores defense is head-scratching to me. It's like Minnesota is at the top of the league for overall sacks. They get pressure like...
Meanwhile, Mary Kay's gone all in. She's doubled down so hard, it's practically performance art at this point. She's got stats, side-by-side comparisons, even a full-blown Shedeur transition plan ready to go like she's running the team herself. It's not journalism anymore, it's prophecy. Every sentence she drops sounds like scripture from the book of football destiny, and honestly, at this point, even her critics can't look away, and fans are loving every second of it. Some are treating Mary Kay like she's the fearless leader of a football revolution, marching straight into quarterback chaos. Others swear she's completely lost her mind, but that's the beauty of it because everyone's talking. And in the NFL, attention isn't just valuable, it's oxygen. And this saga, oh, it's breathing just fine. Then, like fate wanted to pour gasoline on the fire, Shedeur Sanders drops an Instagram story. No caption, no comment, nothing but a workout clip. But what's he wearing? Vikings-colored sneakers. That's all it took. One video, a few purple and gold shoes, and boom, the internet breaks in half. Dillon Gabriel could cure fumbles, win back-to-back games, and throw perfect passes all day long, but none of it would matter. Because those sneakers just became prophecy in motion. It's ridiculous, it's dramatic, it's peak NFL energy. And somewhere out there, Mary Kay Cabot is scrolling through her phone, watching the madness she accidentally created unfold in real time, and she knows. Deep down, she's vindicated. Whether she meant to or not, she just turned one simple Vikings loss into the wildest, most entertaining quarterback debate of the entire season. And at this point, there's no coming back from it. The Shedeur Sanders storyline is alive, viral, and unstoppable. So tell me, what do you think about this whole mess? Should the Vikings take the leap or let things play out? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, share this with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe. Because trust me, this story is just getting started and you'll want to see what happens next.